Where would you rank the Chicago Bears heading into training camp? According to Yahoo Sports, they're ranking them 16, which is average. And if you follow this podcast at all, you know that I think they're going to finish 9-8. And simply because they are in a very strong division, they have a very, very difficult second half of the schedule, and you're dealing with a rookie quarterback. You don't really know what you've got in Caleb Williams. Everyone says he's going to be great, but oftentimes it doesn't always pan out that they're great, at least not right away. As you can see, they rank ahead of one other team in the division, which is the Minnesota Vikings. And so, as I mentioned earlier today, it seems like the Bears are destined to finish third place in the division. Now, obviously, a lot can change throughout the course of the season. They have to have a fast start, but I believe that 16 is probably being very generous. I want to know what you think. Do you think they are better than 16 best in the entire league? Do you think they could make the playoffs at 16? I would assume that the other 15 teams are going to be split pretty evenly between the NFC and the AFC. There is a chance that the Chicago Bears can make the playoffs this year. You can see they have one other team below them that they play this year. Actually, two teams when you include the Patriots, three teams with the Vikings. But do you think that they will make the playoffs? And do you think they are the 16th best team? This is a very interesting, and I think this is very fair. They are taking into account Caleb Williams is a rookie. There's a lot of new pieces. There's a brand new offensive coordinator, and it's going to take time to figure everybody out. Figure out what Caleb Williams does well when it really counts. He's looked great in shorts. He's looked great right here, passing against essentially nobody. But how is it going to be when teams have the opportunity to scheme for them, to plan for them? It's one thing to plan in college when you've got guys that still have other responsibilities, but these are essentially grown men, and this is their full-time job. There are defensive coordinators, defensive backs, defensive linemen that are going to spend 24 hours a day for the week leading up to the Bears game. There's defensive line coaches that are going to analyze and dissect every piece of this quarterback, what he does well and what he struggles with. So I'm very curious. I want to know what you think. Comment down below where you think the Bears rank going into preseason. Now, as I mentioned, a lot can change, especially with injuries, because we know that with the NFL, the injuries are a huge part of a team's success or failures. It's not so much about how great a team is, it's about how great a team can remain healthy. And I'm really concerned, as I've mentioned in a few different videos already, I'm really concerned about the defensive line. And I think that the defense in general is poised to take a slight step back because the defensive line, the defensive end and the two defensive tackles have not improved. Okay, if anything, the defensive end opposite of Montez Sweat has regressed. We don't even know who that's going to be. And they need to get that figured out. So it's going to be very interesting. I think 16 is fair. I think that I could easily see them swapping places with the Colts and the Falcons, especially because the Falcons did pick up Kirk Cousins, but it's going to be very, very close. This also tells me that Yahoo Sports anyway doesn't see a huge difference between the Vikings and the Seahawks, which could spell trouble later on down the line, especially if their rookie quarterback plays better, if their defense plays better. So I'll be very interested to see what you think about it. Do you think 16 is too high? Do you think it's too low? Do you think it's just right? Personally, I think that's a very fair assessment. Make sure that you like, comment, follow, subscribe, and share, and let me know what you think.